It's a beautiful day. You have a cup of coffee, a nice sunrise. You're getting ready to go on vacation. Finally, everybody is together. You're going to drive up Pacific Coast Highway between Cambria and Carmel. And all that can change in an instant if you're hit by a drunk driver or you are the drunk driver. Instead of seeing the beautiful California coastline, you'll be seeing the inside of a hospital and possibly even inside of a jail. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, in the web article titled Impaired Driving, Get the Facts, published on August 24th of 2020, they wrote there is one death every 50 minutes. I was the intoxicated driver on the 605 freeway. I turned a car over on its side, unfortunately, and I had to live with the consequences of that. Also, in researching this speech, I learned a bit more about the topic. In persuading my audience to use the rideshare app instead of driving intoxicated, I'll discuss some problems, some causes, and a solution to driving intoxicated. First, when intoxicated, you can have any number of problems arise from driving intoxicated. The most prominent of which will be a car crash. The results of some of these car crashes devastating. It can result in the loss of life of an occupant of another vehicle or an occupant of your own vehicle, or it can lead to lifelong injuries. As I read in the article titled Alcohol Impaired Driving 2018 Data, written by the National Center for Statistics and Analysis, published December 2019, which I accessed on December 1st of 2020, they stated in 2018 there were 10,511 fatalities in motor vehicle traffic crashes, in which at least one driver had a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher. Now, it's illegal to drive with a blood alcohol content of 0.08 or higher in all of the 50 states, which can leave you with a DUI, which comes with its whole own set of problems. Not a great idea to drive under the influence regardless of how much you've drank. Another problem that can happen is you can be imprisoned for two kinds of vehicular manslaughter: gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated or vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated. According to Mothers Against Drunk Driving in the online PDF revised July 2018, I accessed it on December 1st of 2020, titled Penalties for Drunk Driving, Vehicular Homicide. The worst of the two can carry a term of 4, 6, or 10 years. The regular vehicular manslaughter is county jail for no more than 1 year or a prison sentence of up to 4 years. The families of these victims get lifelong sentences. They can live without their loved ones, or their loved ones can have those lifelong injuries. Now that I've discussed some problems of driving intoxicated, I'll discuss causes and finally how to avoid driving intoxicated. Second, when intoxicated, it causes a reaction in your body, particularly in your brain. According to Howard C. Baker in the article titled Alcohol Dependence, Withdrawal, and Relapse, published in 2008, which I accessed on December 1st of 2020, he states in general, alcohol acts to suppress central nervous system activities. Now, one major system of that is going to be your brain. As we all know, the brain is where all of our information is processed. With this system suppressed, it has a slowed down effect. A point further made by the National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism in the web article titled Alcohol's Effects on the Body, which I accessed on December 1st of 2020, they stated alcohol interferes with the brain's communication pathways and can affect the way the brain works and looks. These disruptions can change mood and behavior and make it harder to think clearly and to move with coordination. So lines can be blurred, or instead of just seeing one line, you'll see two. Another scarier thing that could happen is, as Falk Kiefer stated in the web article titled Alcoholism, published in 2019, I accessed it on December 2nd of 2020. that you can experience blackouts or loss of memory events while intoxicated. So you might not even know what happened until after it's happened, and then it's too late. Now that I've discussed some problems and causes of driving intoxicated, it's essential to look at a solution. Finally, a solution may be to use a ride-sharing application when going out. There are two main ride-sharing applications. Lyft is the first, the other is going to be Uber. Now, these things are GPS-based, and also you enter in your credit card information one time and it saves it on file. So you just have to click to be picked up, and there's also a way to get in contact with the driver as well. Now, these services are far less cheaper than your old school Gallo cab or taxi, which I don't even know if they're in existence anymore. I haven't seen one. These services are going to be much cheaper also than if you were to get a maximum fine of $10,000. If you were to use one of these ride-sharing apps, you'll also help in the prevention of fatalities, accidents, and your possible incarceration. You just need to leave your keys and let the driver take you to where you're going to go and just get there safely. The chances of you going to jail or the slammer will fall dramatically as well. In the end, I hope I've persuaded you to use a rideshare application and persuading you, my audience, to use a rideshare app instead of driving intoxicated. I've discussed some problems, some causes, and a solution to driving intoxicated. My hope is that you watch this video more than once so that you can really hear it. I had to live with the consequences of it, and it took a long time to recover mentally, physically, and financially. To see my mom one more day, I love my grandma, to see her one more day, to give your child a hug one more time. I can come up with many more reasons and quote many more experts if I had more time. I just hope you live wisely, and I hope you get there safely.